All right. Well, my name is Russ Milheim from the Direct. Thank you for talking to me about the movie.
Thank you for being here. These moments are critical. We have only so much time to grab someone's attention span in the ever-evolving galaxy of entertainment. Thank you for being a spotlight. Thank you for having us.
Of course, of course. Now, with this film, right, what did you want to do that you've never done before?
Well, this was a murder mystery, and so I have been a part of we know who's doing it and how people are going to get it, but this was a genuine whodunit. And what I really appreciate is it all started with a great script by Josh Sims and Jessica Sarah Flom. And the acreage of a screenplay that is a murder mystery gives you more time with each character. And the challenge of doing so is that the entertainment value in an ever compressing attention span. And like, let's say if it is a TikTok, Instagram era, it's almost like pound for pound. You got to be entertaining or fascinating or riveting in some way every step of the way.
Hmm.
So we're promising an intersection of violence, but we want to surprise you with layers of humanity, layers of dark humor, layers of twisted wit. And then when the violence happens, we will shock you with a level of horror that scrapes right up against NC-17 and dares trespass into X. This is the first time I have been part of a movie where a sequence of horror violence has required an intimacy coordinator.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So all of this was quite terrifying. But then I want to go all the way to the anti-verse of what I just said. And I was really intrigued and wanted to jump into this one because of the screenplay, but also in the merits of it. There was a twist I'd never seen before, and I've been a part of some twists and concocting and depicting. I've been a collaborator on those. But this had something singular, and it had a heart. So in all that violence, I thought, okay, my role is to protect what Josh and Sims intend. The cast and I and the crew and the producers, we will do our best to provide the resources and adapt this intent into the resources and time we have. And let's see if we can't protect this heart.
Yeah.
And in doing so, the result, when we premiered in Tribeca, it was such a wonderful moment. It really felt like I was almost out of phase with myself in our corporal forms because this cast who had arrived all onto a set in Vancouver, strangers, and had left old friends, regrouped now some year and change later. And we had hoped that the most audacious hope that we would see a silver screen. Anymore, we're in an era where you can do something great for a studio and then be like, delete.
Yeah.
Or you have a $135 million movie with an Oscar nominee, and they'll be like, no, 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 let's go into your phone.
Yeah.
This little tugboat with NC-17 level gore, with the intimacy coordinator kill, with a heart that is a big surprise, with humor that, whoa, could hopefully make Lenny Bruce blush. We get this chance to unleash on a silver screen, and we turned it red with love. And that was great because when the cast and we all showed up to see it play, we didn't know what was going to happen this August. And even as I record this now, we don't know what's going to happen this August. But guess what? All of those steps, all of those challenges to time, challenges to resources, resulted in all of this that family members, dear friends, getting together in the dark, jumping closer together, and seeing the silver screen turn red with AMFAD, all my friends are dead.
Yeah.
This and this August 2nd, the world gets to as well. They can see it in a theater. They can bring it into, they can demand it into whatever device they wish. And that means a lot. And I've got one thing to beg. If we are so fortunate to have you as a guest into hashtag AmFad, all my friends are dead, stay through the credits. Stay through the credits. Don't let the window shrink to the tiny window because we keep twisting and turning and dropping stuff right on you. And not just stuff, I'm talking twists and cool stuff, not just fodder for credits. There is significant material because we have more twists than a stick of licorice. Thank you.
Now, I'm a massive Saw fan, and the influences were clear as day in the best way possible. Can you talk about bringing your experience from those films over to this one?
Well, not only that, Kevin Greuter was the original director on All My Friends Are Dead. And Kevin is a collaborator of like he's like the Nicholas Meyer of the Saw movies. Like he comes in and just makes these amazing entries, and he's always been a steady hand throughout that. So when Saw 10 went into production, it left a vacancy for All My Friends Are Dead because it was still coming together. And I'm grateful to Kevin. He nominated me. My name went into a hat. I auditioned, and that's how we ended up here. So then there were some elements that I could push and add some flourish to from the directing standpoint. Again, understanding what Josh and Jessica intended, the screenwriters, then what could we do? And so I thought, well, blending the social media element with a few things that I'd learned from the Saw language was fun, and that I wanted to then add something unique to that expectation. And with our cast, which if I can call them out, you've got Jennifer Enns, Julian Haig, Jack Dope Smith, Ali Fumiko Whitney, Cardi Wong, Justin Derrickson, Fiona O'Higgins, our North Star, Jade Pettyjohn, Jojo Siwa, Michaela Russell, Peter Giles, all were adept in different tones. And so then that allowed us to be a little different while adhering to some of the expectations of a mechanized version of, hey, we have an idea of a compromise in your character. We're going to set it 2 o'clock and see if you can be the best in yourself or destroy. That was a joy. Because now in this case, we have the Seven Deadly Sins killer who knows, well, all of these characters have some moral compromise, and we'll see what writes the scales over the course of this narrative.
As you said, there are a lot of twists.
Yes.
Can you talk about balancing those twists? And then also, is that sequel tease is that a real promise?
Thank you for saying so. So, the trick with a great twist is actually having one that makes sense. Having one that isn't, and we've kind of over history, you've kind of seen a twist that feels like a twist for a twist's sake, but when one really gets you, it does something other than shock. There might be something emotional that happens. There might be something that feels karmic about it. There might be something that just feels in the dark justice scales as an act of righteousness in a way. And I think that there's been some all-time great twists where you really the breath goes out, and it was such an absolute honor. It was an honor to be a part of this one moment, and this is a moment where you can only really experience it if you're watching a movie in mass. You have a crowd, and that crowd isn't. There's no other outside noise. I'm talking about a movie theater, really. And this one particular twist lands, and I have only heard this sound a time or two in my life, and it is. I've heard Gah! I've heard jump, I've heard laugh, I've heard whatnot, but a genuine and you hear that times 150 people, awesome. You can actually feel like the curtains of the screen go. It's really cool. So to have that was an element of, oh my gosh, if we can protect it, justify it, and feel it, great. Courtesy of Josh and Jessica, we had that, and it was backed with heart.
And that sequel twist or that sequel tease is
Oh,
real.
thank you. The sequel twist is that. I mean, success is the arbiter of a sequel. So, I mean, can you believe it? Like anymore? Geez, Louise! Like, do you get to know if you've even made a movie? Even if you've made a movie, like, yeah, we're lucky. This thing is coming out in theaters. Anything like, if we are so lucky, it has to make a bunch of money, and then sure, yeah, we'd be happy to because all of the elements are there to go for it.
I want to pivot real quick and ask you about another series that you're a part of,
Yeah.
The Collector.
Yes,
People
please.
are dying for that third film that we've been waiting for so long
Yep.
now. Is it still happening? What does that even look like?
As of about 4 days ago, the legal elements that were holding it back were all alleviated, and it is coming back. I can tell you, shout it loud and proud, The Collector is coming back. It is free. It is going to be a burning freight train for your mind of terror. Yes.
Well,
And
I'm
guess what?
excited for it.
Get to do it right.
Yeah.
Yay!
What does that film look like? Is there any plot details you can tease?
Well, so now that here, well, I'll give you the full confession. Is like, so now that we've got this miracle that's taken 5 years to happen, now we have to be strategic about when to dole out parcels like that. So I would say it's too early to tell you something. And like, if it was coming out in 2 weeks, yeah, I'd tell you it's this, it's
Yeah.
that, and raise your expectations. But no. What I want to do right away is say, like, courtesy of a gentleman named Todd who's spent 5 years getting these rights all sorted out, it's coming back. and we're not bringing it back until it's something that everybody that we feel is the best one, and that we feel is in honor of the time we've been waiting, because we haven't been waiting on the bench just staring at the sky. We've been conceiving and concocting.
Yeah.
Here it comes, and we want to honor this opportunity with something great.
Yeah. Well, I could keep talking to you for a while, but my time is
Thank
up.
you,
So thank you for
Russ.
talking to me about the movie.
Hey, thank you for having "Have Hope" on your wall. That's an important slogan to live by.
Of
We have
course.
hope. We hope this August 2nd, people want to get together with their friends in the dark. For AMFAD, all my friends are dead. See us turn the silver screen red, and when they jump, maybe all of us can jump closer together. Have hope, everyone.
Yeah. I enjoyed all the twists. It very much felt like, because the Saw movies, I love the twists. So it felt like a return to form in that.
Thank
I love
you.
those moments. So
Hey, thank you. No, thanks for watching, and thanks for watching through the credits. Like that means a lot. We want to reward every opportunity with our very best. Thank you. Thank you for this time. Thanks for getting the word out.